I would say slowly get into it before you actually leave, knowing how to run your own firm. Like you can't just jump off and be okay. You got to like slowly create it and build your website and different things, and know how many cases you can take on,
Right.
or what types of quality cases to take on. Now that I'm by myself, I'm more focusing on higher quality cases because I only have so much of me to spread out,
Right.
versus taking lower quality cases.
Looking back at 2020, what is the best thing that has happened to you?
So even before the pandemic happened, I decided and did open my own law firm under my own name, under my own roof. And while I do have an office downtown and I do a lot of traveling from work, like I get to work from my home office quite often, and I'm way more productive here in many capacities. And I think because I was working at home or enjoyed working at home many days of the week,
Yeah.
and the rest of the world was also working at home, it made that transition normal, and normal for society. Like you don't need the big shiny office with a 30-foot marble table in it, because what's more important is the quality of your attorney, the quality of the experience. Like who cares about the big flashy desk and everything like that? Like get down to the heart of it and get to the point. You didn't hire the attorney because of their table.
Right.
And it allowed me to be more hands-on, and I think also for the legal industry become more technologically inclined. Like we're doing so much more via Zoom.
Right.
Well, Zoom depositions happened before. Now it's a lot of depositions, and even some trials. And it kind of forced everyone to be proficient working with technology, working from home, working with ring lights and Zoom and all of those things. So while there was so much horrible things happening in 2020, it brought out some good things, I think, for the legal industry and other businesses and for entrepreneurs. It kind of leveled the playing field a little bit.
I love that. What would you say to anyone in the law field, maybe thinking about the same thing, to be an entrepreneur and leaving their partners, their firm behind to really start all over? What would you say to these people?
A few things. Number one, you're not alone. And even though I am my own firm, I still do work with other attorneys and other law firms as co-counsel on cases, which I think works out really good for me because I essentially specialize in many ways in employment law and discrimination. So a lot of people don't do that, or they don't do the litigation aspect. Maybe they just know some of the beginning phases, but because I focus on that, they come to me and need co-counsel, or I partner with other people in other types of cases, and you have like mini teams for different cases, and you're not locked down to only the same few people as if you were in a firm perhaps. So you have that flexibility when you need it. When I do a lot of cases by myself, I also work with other attorneys on certain cases. And also I would say, I guess this is number 2, scale your business. I would say, I guess this is number 2, scale your business. You are working by yourself a lot unless you came into a lot of money to afford, I don't know, like a very wise paralegal to guide you in many ways. But you need to slowly get into it before you actually leave, knowing how to run your own firm. Like you can't just jump off and be okay. You got to like slowly create it and build your website and different things, and know how many cases you can take on, or what types of quality cases to take on. Now that I'm by myself, I'm more focusing on higher quality cases because I only have so much of me to spread out, versus taking lower quality cases. And 3, I hear a lot of people say this and I agree. if you don't know how to do it, uh, don't take the case. You don't want to get in over your head and lose your license or get sanctioned, while there's some leeway about, like, you should be sure of yourself in many capacities, but also be real with yourself. If you don't know how to do this, refer it to someone else. For instance, I work with an amazing medical malpractice attorney. If there's millions of dollars on the line because a surgeon messed up, I will get the information, but I'm sending it to him. I'm not doing that by myself, because they have all the financial resources for those very costly cases and tons of experience. And while I may assist in the case or be co-counsel, like I'm not doing that myself. You don't want to get in over your head too much, but still have the confidence to take on the work. And when you are successful, I think you gain that confidence too.
I love that.
Like made me more observant of it, and also hearing other stories from my friends. Like I know people that were outright told, like, sorry, you look great, your resume is great, we'd love to have you, but you're Black, we can't hire you, the boss wouldn't like it.